Do you think you're a good multitasker? Well, if so, I'm afraid I'm about to burst your bubble. There's a lot of research out there which suggests multitasking is a complete myth. This is by far one of the best books I've ever read. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller, and the author basically just tries to completely debunk multitasking. He says that the brain is just not designed to do more than one thing at once. You can't physically do lots and lots of different things at the same time. Even though you think you might be multitasking, what you're actually doing is you're basically just flitting from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another, and your brain is just getting overheated. There's actually a rather nice quote on page 44. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. I have to say, I agree. I mean, just take a day-to-day example. If I'm driving around the centre of Bath, where I live, there's quite a lot of like delivery lorries parked up on different sides of the roads. There's lots of tourists walking around. They don't really know where they're going. There's a lot of hazards, basically. You have to have your eyes on the road. And quite often, if I'm driving, I'll be having a conversation with someone next to me. I'll be listening to the radio. I'll be trying to think of. I'll have other things on my mind. And before I know it, someone's stepping out from behind a lorry and I have to slam on the brakes, or someone is, walking across the road not looking where they're going, or a car appears around the corner. And it reminds me, I need to just stay focused on what I'm actually doing. In a sort of professional environment, I've had jobs in the past where I've had lots and lots of different things to do. I've tried to be doing lots of things at once, or I've not been sure which thing to actually do first. And really, all I'm doing throughout the day is just running around like a headless chicken, and I'm not actually achieving much at all. I'm actually doing lots of things very badly. So, just for you, here is my 5-step guide on how to avoid multitasking and work a bit more efficiently. Step 1. Step back and make a list of everything you actually need to do. Collect together all the things that actually have to be done. Step 2. Get rid of the stuff that really isn't that important. If you've made a list of everything you think has to be done, can you offload it to other people? Other things, are they really that important? Does it really matter if they don't get done? Only have a list of the most important stuff. Step 3. Once you've got your list, actually think, when does everything need to be done? When does everything have to be done by? There's no point doing something that has to be finished in a couple of weeks when you've got one project that needs to be finished tomorrow. So make a list of when things actually need to be completed by. Step 4. Buy yourself one of these and start diarising when you're actually going to get all of these things done. Finally, step 5. Simply work your way through each of the items on your list and make sure that you're putting all your energy into that one thing. Don't be thinking about all the other things on the list while you're doing that one thing. Just put all your energy into one task at a time. Now, if we move away from work for a minute, there are quite a few people out there, I think, who've got quite cluttered lives. They're trying to spin quite a lot of plates all at once. They've got things like family commitments. They've got commitments that are to do with like hobbies that they pursue. They've got certain levels of responsibility within certain clubs or things that they're part of. They're also trying to maintain a healthy relationship with their partner, their wife or their husband. They're trying to make sure their family are all sorted. They're trying to make up new hobbies along the way, and it's all just getting a little bit cluttered. Their lives are getting a bit overwhelmed. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't have an active life, but think about it, you've only got a certain amount of hours during the week. If you're trying to maintain things like keeping up playing a musical instrument, keeping fit, seeing your friends 3 or 4 times a week to go to the cinema, following a particular sports team, keeping up with a particular TV show, you're not going to fit it all in. I really do think that sometimes we're better off just picking the most important things and focusing on them and just kind of cut away all the things that are not so important. It's time we stop kidding ourselves. Multitasking doesn't work. You've only got so much capacity. Just focus on the things that are really important. Now, as always, I would like some feedback. Are there any areas of your life which you think you really need to spend more time focusing on? What are the most important things that are going to make you happy? And are there any areas that you think, actually, I'm just going to put those to one side for now? Leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.
If you found this useful or helpful, then like and subscribe to the channel. You can also find us at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.